welcome guests from different walks of life to come right on the show to share their experiences so that someone out there can listen and learn in order to make better life decisions for themselves. Last episode, we had a guest on the show and she shared a lot from her experiences, right from when she was an undergraduate to when she got married and also became a mother. There was quite a lot to learn from her story. I must tell you the truth, I learned a lot from her story. It was intriguing, it was inspiring, and it was educating. And I would like to advise, if you missed last episode, please go and watch it because I know you will not regret it. Today, we have another guest on the show and he will be sharing his experiences with us. He's someone that I really do admire. Yes, he is my classmate. We used to be classmates back then in school, and he's a blogger, he's a media strategist, and he's someone that inspires me a lot. He's one of those young Nigerians that actually make waves out of the fact that we have so many excuses to actually limit you. He's just one of those renowned intelligent young Nigeria that I really do admire and I appreciate, and I'm very happy that he's right here on the show to share his experiences with us. So I would like to encourage all the viewers to listen attentively to hear what he has to say and also be open-minded so that you can learn a few things from his story. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello guys, welcome back. You're still watching The Talk with Remy. Right here on the show we have the guest on the show today and he will be introducing himself shortly. So good morning.
Yeah, morning.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you very
Okay,
much.
that's good. Thank you for coming on the show to talk with Remy. We appreciate your presence right here on the show. Like I always tell my guests, it's something that is done out of love, leaving your precious home and coming right here on the show to share your experiences. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much once again. Yeah. So I'll get the viewers would like to get to know you. Just kindly introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself, what you do, and all of that.
My name is Oluwabukola Oladeji Felix, and I'm a blogger, a content creator, brand strategist, and a media entrepreneur. Let's just say media entrepreneur, basically. So that's just how I can just frame it. That's a little bit of what I do. So as I've said earlier, I'm a blogger, I'm a content creator, brand strategist, and a Nigerian columnist. So basically what I do is to just write and do all that.
Wow, that's wonderful. Like if I'm to count everything you've said, you do like almost 10 different things, and that's really amazing. To be honest, it's not easy to get to do all of this stuff and do them excellently well. And if you didn't actually tell us the name of your blog.
Oh
You
yeah,
said you're a
I'm a
blogger,
blogger.
Okay.
The name of my blog is Felix's Blog.
Okay.
Felix's Blog.
So how do we get to know your blog? How do we get to find out about your blog? Do you have your website or something?
Yeah, there's a website for Felix's Blog. When you just type Felix's Blog on to Google, it will definitely reveal my site. Definitely. Then on our social media platform, Twitter at Felix's Blog, on IG, Instagram at Felix's Blog, on Facebook at Felix's Blog. The name is just
At Felix's Blog. That means we have the apostrophe.
we have
and
a
S. Alright, okay, that's nice. Thank you so much once again
You're
for coming
welcome.
on the show. So Felix, what experience will you be sharing with us today?
Basically, I think what I will be doing will be a little bit of sharing my career experience right from school. I think I graduated from school in 2018, so I think I'll be sharing my struggles and my journey around the field of my career basically this morning. That's what I'll be doing exactly.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. We can't wait to hear everything that you have to share because I'm sure that a lot of us will be able to learn from your experiences. So over to you, Felix.
Basically, when I started, I think that was in 2018. I wanted to do something a little bit more different from what people have been doing right from school. So I think I I was being inspired to change the narrative of what I'm saying in school basically. Because when I started basically in school, I I was looking forward towards finishing up at my undergraduate days at the University of Ilorin. Then I was thinking about what graduate to experience after their so-called graduation from school. So during that time, so I think some few weeks to our graduation, to my graduation in school in 2018 then I discovered that I need to try and position myself to be very, very much favorable in the Nigerian economy, in the Nigerian economic market. So, and that was one thing for me that I was being driven by. I wanted to stay relevant to my society because I discovered that sometimes when you try as much as possible to want to do something, is it that you don't have the passion for it or you are not well driven by it. So for me, it was like, okay, fine. I wanted to just stay relevant for my society because I discovered that most times when graduates finish, when we graduate from school, is that graduates are just there, not doing anything, or due to the situation of the country, lack of employment and all that. So I was driven with the fact that I want to stay relevant to the society. So I just want to contribute something to my own little way. So I took up the idea of blogging, and I had something so small. I was using WordPress. I knew WordPress. I went on WordPress. I wanted to create a story. I wanted to write a story because I studied literature in school. So I wanted to write something on story, fiction, novel, and short plays and all that, so that people can read once in a while, maybe on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday. I would just release it. So that was the idea behind the Felix's blog that I had then. So I just wanted to do something that people can actually read about and say, okay, yeah, there's a particular content about this guy which is very, very good. So for me then, I felt like this is a very beautiful idea right from time. So I went out on my way, and I was trying as much as possible to reach out to people who are in the field, because if you want to go far in any choosing career that that you want to embark on, you have to try and reach out to people who are already in the game, so that they'll be able to lead you, because you don't have all the time to make the mistake. That's why they will tell you that when you're learning, when you try as much as possible to keep learning, because you don't have all the time to make any mistakes, to make all the mistakes. So that was one of those things that I was remember. I didn't want to make much mistakes. It's not like we won't make mistakes in life, but it won't be much. So I was willing to learn, and I was willing to put all people who have been into that field mistakes into what I won't repeat, so that it won't affect the course of my journey. So I went all out trying to reach out to people that I knew that they are very well in the game, and they actually said, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. So I started there. I started so small with WordPress then. So I was releasing content, and one thing about it is that anytime we try to do something spectacular in life, when we take a step, the ideas that will sustain that vision will come. That's what one thing I've come to discover. But when you say, okay, fine, you will do something and you're not doing that, like I will do this, I will do that, and at the end of the day, you're not even doing it, you discover you'll be stranded with ideas that can push what you have, the vision. So the realization of that vision that someone has will really manifest first and expand when you are taking a step. So for me, I was like, okay, I was going to take a step, and I would try as much as possible to, reach out and do one or two things that I wanted to do. So from there, I started releasing story. I started adaptation of William Shakespeare. I started some dramatic adaptation of William Shakespeare's text like that, and from there I started releasing content and all that. Then people started telling me that, why don't you do it like this? And that was when I thought about it, that okay, fine, okay, so I can do it like this. And that was why I'm referring to what I said the other time, that if you don't start, the ideas that will sustain your brand or that will sustain that vision won't come. So we always have to take a step. If you are confused, you don't know how to do it, but you have the idea in you have to take the step. When you take the step will lead you to clarity and other things basically. So for me, I was just like, okay, fine. I started doing that. Then people started reaching out, why don't you change it like this? I met a particular person in 2019. It was like, why don't you do like this? Why don't you do like? Then I decided to reach out to my colleagues. I started, inviting them on my blog, like, pushing their brands. So people are into makeup, so people are into different stuff. So I started, trying to do that for them for free, like just trying to, expand my knowledge. I was trying to change my niche. The niche, there's something we call niche when you're trying to change the style, when you're trying to change the concept of a particular brand or of a particular thing to another thing, basically. So the niche that was there was writing on fictional stories and all that, but I was trying to move into the aspect of the news aspect, the news blog, advertising and all that. So it was more like I needed to reach out to my colleagues then, because when we finished school, everybody has been posted to different places during the NYC day. So I had to reach out. What do you do? Can I help you do this? Can I help you do that? They were like, oh, fine, that's cool and everything. So I had to create content for them. Like I did that for free. Like I had to do that because I wanted to just learn about this thing basically. So I was trying as much as possible to, learn and at the same time, understand how the game is being played by reaching out to my colleagues and telling them that this is what I have to do. So from there, I was, releasing content for them, putting their content on my blog and everything. Then at some point, I started changing. I bought my own kind of site on the web. Then I moved from WordPress to my own kind of site. So then we had to change the content of what was on our site. So we had to change the content. It was something that we needed to do with the experts in the game. So they had to help me work on that and we were able to achieve that. So by the end of 2019, that was when we were actually done with service, when I was done with service then. So I discovered that I already had the idea. So I had to reach out to people, because the thing is, when you have a business idea, your business idea rests on your value. The business idea rests on your own kind of value. Your idea must rest on your own kind of personal value. It's your personal value that drives the quality of your business ideas. So once there is no core value on what you're establishing, when you're establishing a particular brand, or when there is no goal on what you're going to be doing, then definitely there's no value to it. So I feel personal values, influences the business ideas. So when there's no core value, because it's like the plug, like the way people say, it's like the plug. So the value of your personal values are the plug to a business idea that you want to establish. So then I had to reach out. Then we finished from NYC there. Then I was thinking about bringing about celebrities. I was thinking about celebrities on my blog, and the first person that came to my mind was Fireboy DML. So I had to reach out. To him that day. When I got home, I was trying as much as possible to reach out to him. So I was able to get the contact of Fireboy, and he gave me the permission to. And one thing about what we do is the fact that if you want to look out for collaboration, make sure that the permission is there. If the permission is granted, you won't be discredited. If you're a content creator, if you're a content strategist, and you're trying to work out a collaboration between the people with the people in the A game, like the people with their A game, the A-list artists, the A-list creative OAPs and entrepreneurs in the game, you have to make sure that the collaboration is being credited. If the collaboration is not being credited, there is no way that content is going to go with. There's no way the content is going to go far.
Yeah, there might even be a disclaimer.
Definitely. Or I've seen that so many times. So people work out some collaboration, and at the end of the day, it doesn't work out. So at the end of the day, the person that the content was created for goes on his own page and say, this particular thing I don't know about it. I don't have an idea about it. I don't know where this is about. I don't know anything about this thing. And to that person, you know that your brand has been discredited. So if you're working out in collaboration with the A-list artists, if it doesn't work out well, you stay out of it than going to do something that can actually be a disgrace to your brand. So then I reached out and the agreement worked fine, and everybody received the content very, very well. But the one that was really, really most surprising was when we had to work with T.J. Omori, board director. Board director is like is one of the biggest, is one of the good and the biggest video directors in the music industry presently now. So I had to reach out. I saw his video on MTV Days and I was like, wow, this is really, really amazing. And to me, I was like, okay, can I actually reach out to this person? Because as of 2019 in November, I was not too sure about the second guest that we'll be bringing. So we're not sure about the person that we can watch out for collaboration because it's just a small brand. And we're trying as much as possible to get to meet these 8 people, because the game is when you get to meet up with these people, their own audience influences the traffic that comes in for you. So, and that is where you get the satisfying numbers that you need to sustain your blog for you to be very, very much relevant. So that's how the game is basically. So I was trying as much as possible. I just saw his videos and I saw between 10 videos I would have seen like T.J. Omori shot and shot by T.J. Omori like 4 times, four different videos. Like that. So I was like, I'm going to reach out to this guy. So that night, I sent a DM to him. That was around 11:25. I can't remember. I can remember the accuracy very vividly. It was around 11 that day. So I had to send a DM to him and I told him that, hey, more artistic dexterity to you, T.J. Omori. We want to celebrate you, just to tell people more about your artistic dexterity. Remember, I used that word for him. So, and I went to bed. So the next morning, I got his message. I got his DM. He used the word flex, which means go ahead. So the go ahead prompted us to work out with our team, releasing artwork designs that he reposted on his page, Twitter, on his IG and all that. So that actually gave us more prominence. That people were like, wow, who's this brand? Who owns this brand? Who are these people at that moment? So from there, definitely things started changing, and we worked out something with him, and at the end of the day, it turned out to be one of the biggest stuff that we made for that year, as the collaboration that we made for that year. So in the world of content creation. So right from there, the blog has actually expanded, like from the fact that we were moving from one particular guest in the game to another, basically.
Okay, so as you took a step and you started, you did something different, or something you said you looked at the situation and you wanted to change the narrative. You wanted to do something different, and that made you start up something, and your plug was your value, the value you added to your brand, and how you were able to strategize. And then you also listen to what people told you. Like when you start something, definitely people have their opinion about how better they feel you can do it. Sometimes you can't say you know it all and you don't want the opinions of others, and you listen and you broaden your perspective and all of that, and that has helped you. So what I want to ask is, when you started working on your passion, definitely there will be challenges. Everything can't always go smoothly. There will be some lapses that, okay, you just feel like, oh, you want to give up at some point, and then something just keeps, pushing you to keep going further. So what will you say to people that, people that, they are finding it difficult to just take a step? In fact, taking a step is one of the most difficult things, to just start something, even when you have nothing.
Yes.
A lot of the fact that the situation of the country is not encouraging, and then starting something when you have something little, it takes courage and it takes risk also. So what will you say to those people? And then once they start and they face challenges in their different fields, what will you like to tell them so that they will not give up?
I think I said something about the core value. The value, your pure value, is like the structure of your business idea. Value are due to your business ideas. So for me, I would like to tell them that you should always remember the reason why we started. the reason why we started. The reason why I started was because of the fact that I wanted to stay relevant to my society. I was driven by relevance. So there's no way you will be driven by the fact that you want to stay relevant to yourself and to your society, that the passion you have, that would definitely automatically build passion for you. So from there, you'll be able to what? You'll be able to go in the game. But if you are not well driven, that might actually be where the problem is. Because when you are well driven by relevance, by the whole reason why you started, there is no way you will always find strength. So we must always remember the reason why we started, because the reason why we started what we did will always prompt us to always what? It will drive us towards consistency, and we'll be able to stay diligent. It's not easy. It's not easy, definitely. Even in my own line, it's not easy. There are times where you feel like people are not, you are not getting the number of people as much as you can to check out your content. Sometimes you feel like even everything that you're doing, sometimes you feel like you're just tired. You're not getting anything. You're not getting good results. There are times like that. It happens. You might have planned that today, okay, we'll be working on this content and everything, and you wake up that morning, and when you just drop one content and you see the numbers of people that are just, you be like, what is happening? You understand? There are times like that. There are times like that you release first, second, third
even
content.
Business, even when on your business page, you keep posting stuff and then
you don't really get the likes, you don't get the engagement that you want. You feel like this is there's sometimes you feel like see, I'm not even doing this thing again. But at that moment you will still remember that you are driven by what? You are driven by a particular thing. So when you keep remembering that thing that has been the core foundation of why you started that thing, it will always come back as a reminder towards pushing you towards what you want to do. So for me, I will always tell them that you always have to note that it won't go smoothly, but always remember the reason why you started. Because when you remember the reason why you started, you'll be able to highlight your objectives, your aims. It will connect with your aims and objectives of why you started that thing, and you'll be able to expand, keep going, keep doing everything that you want to do, and from there, you're good.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite alright. That's good. I've actually learned a lot from everything that you've said so far, and it's always how will I put it? It's not always easy for young creatives to just come out there, put themselves out there. The fact that you get a lot of critics, you get the people that will tell you should do it this way, I think it's better. You get people that will tell you that you're not doing enough. You get people that you bring out yourself. People get to see your flaws, they get to see your good side, they get to see they get to see those lapses. But irrespective of the flaws, irrespective of the mistakes, nobody is perfect. Just start something. There's something they call learn on the job. You can't wait. Fine, you might want to get more professional training, either in the country or outside the country related to your field. But there's something that has to do with practically practicing something that you want to do. Fine, it must have been a course you read in school or something. But if you notice why, like with young Nigerians, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, selling stuff, doing business, it's something they engage in. Nobody read about how to do business. Most of us didn't do business administration in school. We didn't do anything related to business. But the situation calls for the fact that immediately you finish from school, you don't get the job, and you don't have something you don't have a business you are doing. Almost you're on your own, no. So everybody went into something that this is what I think I can. I can sell. This is what I think I can promote. This is what I think I can do to make money, and we are doing it perfectly. We are not reading about it. We are not doing it theoretically. We are doing it practically. So we are getting good at it. We are getting better at it. We are growing. So in any field at all, as long as you start that practical process, as long as you keep doing what you have passion for, the funny thing is you might even do it better than people that have degrees to back it up. You may do it excellently well than those that actually had first class in that field or something. So once you keep practicing, you keep seeing your mistake, and once you see your mistake, you correct yourself, you start all over. You correct yourself, you start all over. You keep doing it, and before you know it, you become the best at what you do. You know, most times, most of the artists we have, all they have is just talent. You know, some of them actually do not really have the talent, but they practice. They keep learning, they keep building, and before you know it, they are the world best. Fine, if you have a talent and you don't build on it, and you don't work on it, and you don't keep growing and learning while you are at it, that talent will still be like an unfinished product. It will not be productive because you are not doing anything about it. So I would just like to everything you said, just add a few things that no matter the mistakes, no matter how the flaws, fine, you might be scared of the fact that what if you stop at the end of the day. Fine, even if you stop at the end of the day, you learn something in that process. Something that will even help you to start something better later. You can give yourself a break. Don't put pressure on yourself. Start wherever you need to start. As long as it lasts, let it last. Be consistent, like what you said. Consistency is very key. Continue doing what you do. Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't even care about the applause you are getting. Don't care about the critics you are getting. Just keep doing your own thing, and before you know it, you get to that destination that you actually aim to get to. So basically, thank you. Basically, I think we are almost done with today's episode, and I just want to thank you once again for coming on the show to share your experiences. And I'm quite sure that everyone that's watched today's episode will be able to learn a lot from the experiences of our guest, Mr. Let's call him Mr. from Felix. Olajide, right?
Yeah, Oladeji.
Oladeji, okay, yeah. Okay, so we have sponsors that actually sponsor our show.
Okay.
Sponsor our guests. You know, to thank them and appreciate them for coming. But yes, we usually give a frame to our guests just to thank them. But yours actually not with me right now, so we'll be sending it to you. But there's another gift that was given to us by one of our sponsors. That's my brand actually, HomeSpot. So I'll be giving you that. Just thank you for coming on the show. And also I would just like to tell anyone that's watching this episode today, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, all you have to do is reach out to me on my social media handles at PricelessRebby on Instagram, and you can send a mail to rebecca@gmail.com, or you can call me on 08167 055537. And if you like to be a sponsor also, you can reach out to me on those platforms, and we'll be ready to work something out with you. So before you go, okay, so Felix, thank you so much for coming. This is Little.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. And I would just like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Lake Mami Photography, Skincare by Olufemi, and also to our graphic designer that always come up with our graphics and all of that. That's Ali Ukende. Yes, thank you so much to all our sponsors. We appreciate you and we love you. So to everyone that's watched today's show, I hope you were able to learn something from it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you until next time. See you on the next episode. But before we go, Felix, is there any last notes you like to give to the viewers? Any final notes?
Whatever thing that you do, we must, I don't know, in your creative way or in your own respective field, you must always make sure that you position your value over your price or over the gains. We must learn that. I just feel like I should let us know that we must always position our value, the quality of what we do, over any other thing. The value of our brand or our respective thing that we do in our career should be the core thing that we should always apply with, because it has a way of strengthening your brand, strengthening your perspective towards life. So we must always make sure that we position our value over the price of anything that will be tagging over other things in the business world. So I think even sometimes it might actually look smaller. Your way of doing things must sometimes might look smaller,
which I'm very, very much aware that, which I know. But the way I can make it, I can make it even bigger, the business. I don't know, maybe you get that. It might look smaller to you, but the way you can make it bigger as an individual is the business. It might look smaller, but the way you can make it bigger is the business. So with your core value being built up, you will see that you are definitely thriving in your own academic field or whatever respective field, business wise and every other thing that you do. So that's just what I want to say. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you very much, Phyllis, for that final note, which was huge. Thank you so much once again, and until next time, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.